Hey, what's going on guys? It's Declan here from TNR, and today I'm going to be speculating about upcoming Marvel movie. Now this movie has been in no way hinted or confirmed at, but I think it's a plausible theory for a film that could happen later on in the MCU, and I'm talking very late phase 4, maybe potentially phase 5 if we even get to that in the MCU. So that theory that I have is that we could get a Civil War sequel. Now, I know that Civil War, in terms of the MCU, is a Captain America sequel. It's the third Captain America movie. But I want to put across Civil War 2 as a film that could potentially appear in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This is because Civil War 2 is now a comic. It is now a thing that's happened. Instead of Tony Stark versus Steve Rogers, it's Tony Stark versus Carol Danvers. Now, I spoke about Carol Danvers before. I think she's going to be really good in the MCU when she is introduced in her film Captain Marvel, of course, in 2018, I think it is. And think about that. If Tony Stark is still alive at this point, and if Robert Downey Jr. is still here, because he could die in Infinity War, who knows? We don't really know at this point what's going to happen in Infinity War. But if he's still alive, them two could come to odds again. Him and Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel. And because of this comic run, I think it's something that could happen, and because Civil War is very successful film-wise, it was very popular, I think it's one of the best MCU films. Not the best, but it's one of the best. You know, I think it seems quite easy to do, and because of Captain Marvel's introduction in 2018, I think it'll be something good that'll happen, and I think it would be a great film as well. And if you look at who's on Tony Stark's side in the comics, it's Falcon as Captain America. And I think that would be an interesting thing to add in by saying, oh yeah, well, Captain America is going to be on Tony Stark's side, but it's not Steve Rogers. It would be Sam Wilson. And I think that'd be interesting as well, because that's kind of suggesting, like I'm suggesting that, you know, Chris Evans, Steve Rogers, Captain America will die beforehand. Maybe he will die in Infinity War. I do believe he will die in Infinity War because he has two options, because it can either go to Sam Wilson or it will go to Bucky Barnes. I hope it goes to Sam Wilson because I love Falcon, not Bucky Barnes because I hate the Winter Soldier. I hate him, I really do. He was alright in Civil War, but I just don't like him as a character, I really don't. I don't quite know what it is. He just seems like an absolute arsehole, and honestly, he does. He's just a pain in the backside for everybody on the Avengers, and he's just a big problem, always a problem, and Cap doesn't seem to realise that. So just get rid of Bucky. I don't want him. I'm glad he's gone into cryogenic freezing. We probably won't see him again until probably Black Panther, the film. But if we got Captain America on Falcon's side, then it would be really, really cool. I think it'd be really, really cool just to see him on Tony Stark's side, fighting with him instead of against him, against a new character who will be pretty new and recent within the MCU as a whole. And I think that'll be an interesting dynamic because, you know, Falcon in the MCU isn't really a big fan of Tony Stark either. I mean, he's all right with him, but he's not the biggest fan of him. I don't think many people are, apart from Rhodey, but Rhodey's kind of out of the commission now after Civil War. He's not, you know, he didn't die, which I thought was annoying. You know, I did my review for Civil War and I said nobody died, and that was an annoying thing. If nobody dies in Infinity War, I'm going to be so annoyed. Like, it's just, Marvel really needs to have the balls to kill someone, they really do. But anyway, I really think that should happen, and if it doesn't, then there's just no consequences, and I don't think they will do a Civil War sequel. So yeah. So they were just my thoughts and speculations on perhaps what could happen for the future of the MCU and Civil War 2. I definitely think it's plausible. I would love it if it happened. And that was also some speculation on who I think could potentially die in Captain America Civil War. Not in Civil War, in Infinity War, sorry. I might do some more stuff on Infinity War later on, but thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Give it a like to support the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.